face.
Oh,
Look how it's sculptured in. Let's do a little Botox right here. Why get the Botox? See, we fan this up. So it's really amazing when you light the face the correct way and the difference that it can make.
And then the setting powder, which can be important in humidity as well.
Exactly. In fact, here, this is a little area here. We always have this area where that blue blood vein is. Now look at this side and look at this side. Immediately. And then you may say, well, why won't my eyeshadow stay on all day? Or my eyelids are a little, red, or maybe broken capillaries. Well, this is called eye permastay, and it stays on, and it keeps your eyeshadow from creasing, and it's also, this is all a titanium dioxide, so it's a physical block, so that you don't have to wear a sunscreen. So it's not, you may think, oh, I don't want to wear a foundation, I want my skin to breathe. Well, it's going to breathe anyway, ladies.
Yeah. All right, and then moving on to blush, Christy. I know that's another place where a lot of us get kind of confused. We either do something that's way too dense, or we really just want a hint of something.
You want to look like you pinched your cheeks. What I did, I just went over with the finishing powder. See how that neutralizes her down now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow, besides, yeah.
And then with blush, I'm just going to take a really bright color. I call it golden peach. See the contouring of this brush? Knowing how to use brushes and brushes that are designed for your techniques make it goof proof.
Yeah.
So you place this right where we did that contour, and we're just going to go right here. And you may go, oh, well, I never really knew where to put my blush. You put it over where your contour is, and that gives you the same width. So when you try to match it over here, it balances. Everything is about lighting and contouring the face.
Yeah, and you have all these products that you're talking about.
Absolutely, and we think beauty is affordable to everyone. Our prices are fabulous. They're affordable for teens, and we design looks for young girls, for proms, for weddings, for any age, and we understand your lifestyle.
Let's let you take a little look here. And while she's doing that, Christy, can you tell us about, there's a tip that you gave earlier. How do you think? Look at that. See how that's
wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we haven't even done the eyeshadow and stuff yet, so we're going to have to finish her out. We'll finish you out before the end of the show.
With the brows and all it,
Quickly, the tip on foundation, I know a lot of times people say, oh no, you want a water-based. You want a water-based, but water-based can cause some issues, especially in the summertime.
Right, and it just drips off. And so when you put your makeup on, you need to put your moisture lotion on first, then your foundation has to lock in your moisture, and it should be a non-reflective base.
Yeah, because otherwise your water evaporates, you're left with powder residue, and it breaks up in the face.
I don't really like the mineral makeup or water-based because it really, you need an oil base, but don't be scared that oil will clog you. It won't if it's formulated right. So it locks in your moisture and it stays on all day. You never touch up your makeup, ever. When you're I mean, you look
You're
as
right,
good.
I do. I get home at night, I look the same. In fact, I've thought about actually going to sleep with it on and waking up the next day just done. But Christy, thank you very much. We'll see you a little later on, and we'll finish your face for you. All right, to book your makeup artistry lesson at the Christy Harris Beauty Playground, log on to ChristyHarris.com. They're located inside the Michael Kemper Salon in Highland Village, so you can get your hair and your makeup all done. All right, up next, from the salon to the shopping mall, our mother-daughter team gets styled up for spring. Welcome back, everybody. Now it's time for the big reveal, but first let's welcome back our glam squad: hairstylist Michael Kemper, cosmetic beautician Christy Harris, makeup artist Craig McLemore, and fashion stylist Melissa Merriman from Dillard's. Okay, so we've seen the before pictures, plenty of those. Now it's time to reveal their new looks. Brenda was always hiding in dark, boxy clothes and had no idea of how to put makeup on. Victoria only wore jeans and t-shirts. She was terrified of changing her hair. Please welcome the new Brenda and Victoria to the show. She said, and
I got legs.
She has legs, so she was hiding those beautiful legs. What is wrong with you? You have gorgeous legs. Okay, so when you found out that you had been nominated and selected for a makeover, what was your first thought?
I was nervous, and then I thought, well, did you think I look bad? I look like Mom? I look great, huh? I got this whole thing working. Look, it's nice, baggy everywhere. And then I kind of got into my age thing. I started hiding everything.
Right.
You know, big tops. Don't want nobody to see all of this.
And Melissa, big tops just make you look bigger, don't they?
Exactly. You've got to have a tailored look. It's exactly what we did here with this.
Yeah, and you're tall, and so it all works there. Okay, so she said, did you think I looked bad? You didn't think your mom looked bad.
No, but she wanted to do something else, but she just didn't know what to do.
Yeah. All right, and then for you, when they said, okay, it's one thing to say you've been selected, yay, and then all of a sudden it's, what are they going to do to me? So what do you both think about your final looks here?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love my shoes especially. It's my favorite part.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. Okay, so let's start with, first of all, the makeup. And Christy, I am looking at the eyebrows. You are an eyebrow guru, okay?
Well, and you know, when a woman really does want to have a different look, it really is an immediate gratification when you do the makeup. You know, it was like, oh, I can look like this, and I like this, and I feel comfortable now in my skin. Ooh, I want a new outfit, and I want my hair done.
Yeah, everything
so
takes
it's
off from
immediate
there.
gratification.
Yeah,
you know, and it's a no risk thing. And then you're a lot more open-minded to get your hair done or a different color, because it's hard to squeeze someone into a new hairstyle if they haven't had that balance, you know, with the brows. Like maybe you think, oh, I could never wear bangs,
Or
and
they
you're
think they never go
covering
short, you know,
Right.
but
Yeah,
your makeup's
right.
pretty and you show your face.
Right.
And then Craig, with our lovely daughter here, there's a different type of makeup you would do for a little bit older woman than maybe somebody who's a college student.
Yes, absolutely. And going back to the brow, that was one thing that Brenda noticed that I made the biggest change on Victoria was her eyebrows. I actually gave her an arch. And Victoria has the most beautiful gold flecks in her eyes. So I used a nice, pretty golden tone right on the ball of the eyelid to really bring out those. And then on Brenda, she had a lot of sun damage. So with the Christy Harris non-reflective cream foundation that you saw in the last segment before with Christy, I was able to hide all of that sun damage and lift and highlight with all the neutralizers and contours.
Yeah, and then Michael, look at you. And Michael, looking at the previous hairstyle she had, so not radical change in the length, but the styling that you did here and the color, like this made her face look almost rounder over here. This, you've got the layers in there and a little bit of contour. It looks fabulous.
And the color came up with it, which is really the important thing. And I have to say, the team, Lawrence and Spencer and Chuck, helped with all of that, and they were great to do it, and they did color and blow dries, and so we really wanted to pop Brenda's color. As you can see in the picture, she'd been wearing a ponytail and had it cut off. And then we came into it, and to really do some color and some noticeable highlights, it's really enhanced her skin tone, which goes back to the Christy Harris makeup and the foundation.
Yeah.
So that all works together.
Turn around, because I love this right here, because it's enough to, right up in here, enough to be off the neck.
Yeah, it's off the neck, and she can go ahead, just go ahead, put your hands through it and shake it. That she really likes it to be a mess. She loves that mess and shaking.
And a great way to have a little bang, but not so much bang in your face. So look at your before and after. Beautiful.
So that's important. She just ran her hands through it.
And you're worrying about aging. That made you much younger like that. All right.
And it's something that I would not have done. I would not have put any highlighters or color dark, cover the gray. Hey, I'm okay. I can do that.
Yeah, but now you're better. All right. And then for you, okay, give me a little pop of fun color.
Well, yeah, it was a pop of fun color, and it was really exciting. It goes back to which I told you, the audience, earlier. You can't go a lot different in shades. So you can't go in and make this a blonde blonde. So we did go in, we lifted that color, and we did this fabulous magenta and popped it out. Now the great thing about this, Deborah, is it's only on the one side. So if Vicki really wants to change it, she changes her part and it will cover up all of that pop color.
Yeah. And then, Melissa, you have a little something for our duo here.
I do. Well, they both look so beautiful in their outfits. You know, Brenda's in Nygaard, and it's very versatile. She could take that jacket, put it with trousers, you know, really give it
Wear
a
the
different
dress by
look.
itself.
Exactly.
Yes.
The dress is great by itself. We added, again, that nude shoe and some great jewelry from Jessica Simpson. And we kept Victoria really young and fun, pulled it all together with a silk boyfriend jacket, belted it to give her waist definition. She's got a beautiful figure. And again, she loves her shoes. So do we. Those are Antonio Milani, and added some wonderful jewelry. And I have a surprise for you guys. Dillard's gift card, so you can go shopping and continue to have your great transformation.
Show off your legs. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And by the way, to complete this royal treatment, every queen needs a bouquet, and this one is edible. We would like to thank Commerce Park Floral and Craft Wholesale for the chocolate-dipped flower boxes our makeover winners will receive, and those chocolate-dipped roses. These roses are organically grown from the bottle roses. And everyone in our audience will go home with a stem of these beautiful organic roses as well. If you get hungry in the car, you can actually eat them. Okay. Now that our mother-daughter team looks like $1 million, it's time to give them some lasting memories. We'll go behind the scenes of their professional photo shoot after the break. All right, now it's time to answer your questions and learn some insider secrets. So welcome back Michael Kemper, Christy Harris, Debbie Porter, and Melissa Merriman. They're here to answer questions about makeup, hair, fashion, and photography. Starting with Kika. Kika, what's your question?
Hi there. I just wanted to know how to get this mop straight.
It's cute. I happen to like your mop.
Do you?
But Michael, yes, there are times, the gift is that with curly hair that there are times that you can wear it either way.
Absolutely. One of the great things today is that product is the answer. And the new products that have been out in just the last 2 years are technically so much greater than the old straighteners that everybody used that damaged hair. So you truly can have your hair straightened to what works for you and it not be damaging to your hair. Yeah. So it's about a product.
There's a keratin treatment, and then
it's a keratin. Yes, it has
one
keratin
of them to
in
give
it.
you more permanent.
It's one of those that's permanent.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful thing. You do it maybe twice a year, and it'll be a wonderful thing for you. And then you still have the availability to go back in with a curling iron, and it'll curl back.
Awesome. All right, Beth, what's your question?
I was just wanting to know how to hide my neck or what to do about, you know, age.
Okie dokie, Christy.
Stand, honey. One of the things that I like to do with women is to bring out your best features, which is your eyes, contouring like we did earlier, where you really notice that. I kind of call it soap opera makeup, where it's just pretty and you're well lit. And then on your neck, I do an underbase with a little tint. It's called Second Skin. Always put this on your neck because it evens out your skin tone. And there's a lot of things you can do with corrective highlighting and contouring, but it won't get on your clothes. But also, you want to get moisture to your skin, and I think we forget our neck. You know, we forget in cleansing and all about that neck until it comes up and you go, oh my gosh, now what I do with my neck, I'm getting older.
Yeah. All right, Angie.
Yes, I was just wondering how you could camouflage a larger derriere.
Girl, stand up. Let me see that. Don't you know J-Lo has made that popular?
Melissa. A-line styles are always great for camouflaging the bottom half. Also, you can use color blocking, a light top and a dark bottom. And, you know, compression garments are your friend. It doesn't matter what size you are. Spanx work wonders.
Spanx are great, but I need a new line, something like Slap You Silly. I need Slap You Silly to hold it in even more. All right. And what's your...
Hi, I would like to know what products is best for natural hair. I want to keep my hair natural. I don't want to use any chemicals.
Well, probably what you need to do with that is to come in the salon. Christy, I'd say Christy Harris's products are natural. She really has put a lot of effort to make sure that there's not chemicals in there. They're going to damage your hair. So what you need to do is just come in and actually at the beauty playground and use Christy's products. They're all natural, and she's got something that will work for the curl in your hair and things that will also seal your hair to hold in its shine.
Yeah, and sometimes it's trial and error just to figure out what's going to really enhance your to curl. So I have a drawer full of things, and I finally found the right thing. And so it's trial and error to look at your curl pattern in your hair and see what's stiff enough to set it, especially for African American hair.
We also have an analyzer. It's a machine that we can analyze your hair, and it will tell us exactly how much protein and moisture is in your hair, and then you're not risking a bad chemical job.
All right, thank you. All right, we've got an email question here. And what's that email question, Chris? Can we put that up? All right, so I'm looking to get family portraits, but don't know who to go with. What are some of the questions you should ask a photographer to help you decide? Debbie?
What was the question? I'm looking for what helps you decide who to go to?
Yeah, they're looking for a photographer. They want their family photos, obviously something that's valuable to us, precious, priceless, but she wants to find the right photographer. So what questions should you ask a photographer?
Okay, well, call me, right? That one's for me.
Yeah.
I think you just have to research those out. Go on the internet, look at styles that you like, you know, what kind of image you're looking for. It's really a personal thing.
Yeah. Plus, a picture says 1,000 words. Look at your stuff. Go in and look at a photographer's stuff, and your
That's what I'm
stuff
saying.
is
Look at their
fantastic.
websites and see what you like.
All right, Debbie, thank you very much. For more information on our Glam Squad, log on to greatdayhouston.com to find links to their websites. We'll be right back. Have you noticed all those fancy products your professional hairstylist uses? So it gets you to thinking.
How many times have you asked the question, is a salon product the best buy? Of course it is. One of the things about products, they're only as good as the knowledge behind them. So if you don't have someone that's telling you how to use the product and you misuse it, then it was not a very good buy. You really should study what the salon's using on your hair. Ask that hairdresser, what did they use to make your hair look the way you like it? And that is a Beauty Buzz. I'm Michael Kemper.
The Michael Kemper Salon and Day Spa is located in Highland Village above Escalante's restaurant. We leave you today with another performance from Ali.
I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
Well, you just spent the last half hour or so applying your makeup. It only takes a few seconds after stepping outside for it to start melting off. So how do you look fresh and protect your skin in triple-digit weather? Welcome Christy Harris with Christy Harris Beauty Playground with some summertime tips. Hello there.
Hello.
All right. One great summer tip that you gave, I had never heard this before in all my years of doing, segments with makeup artists, is about, in the summertime especially, the water-based makeup. We all think we're supposed to wear water-based makeup all the time.
Well, women think if they wear oil-based it's going to clog their pores, but what they don't realize is it's not going to go into the pores. So it's too large of a molecule. And a water-based makeup, as soon as you put it on, the water evaporates, and all you have left on your skin are pigments. And then wonder why it doesn't stay on all day. It's like putting powder on and it just coming off, which I don't like mineral makeup or powder either because it can really streak.
Yeah, especially if you sweat on top of that.
Yes, and you sweat. So you've got to have a non-reflective formulation where your tears and your sweat and all just rolls off, and you still have that dewy, pretty look.
Yes.
And you lock in your moisture during the day.
Yeah.
Because if you're not locking in your moisture with some type of oil, then you're going to get oily, and then you're just going to have clogged pores.
All right. Speaking of locking in moisture, the other thing we want to do is block out certain rays from the sun.
Exactly.
So you suggest wearing makeup that has like an SPF in it.
Well, yes.
Or if you have makeup that blocks
one of the things that I think is important, a lot of women are sensitive to sunscreens. And then you don't know, should I have a 15, a 20, or 30? The one thing that you really want to look for is titanium dioxide in a foundation. I do a non-reflective foundation, which number one bounces the light off, but it's also a sunblock, because titanium and zinc really does, block out those rays.
Okay.
And you've got to protect the skin. That's the most aging thing in the world.
Right. Of course, if you didn't protect your skin, we have a question from one of our folks here who has a question for you about how to camouflage, if you will.
I always get a sunburn during the summertime. Is there any way to cover it up? Christy, can you help me?
Wants to cover up the sunburn.
It's hard to cover it up because you're burned.
Yeah.
You know, and what you need to do is always protect the skin, putting on your moisture lotion so that it hydrates your skin, and then lock it in. We do a second skin, and it's literally like a second skin on your face, but it also is a sunscreen. So it's a tinted foundation, primer, pore refiner, the whole thing.
Yeah, in fact, some of our folks in the audience right now have that second skin
they do.
on, and they're rubbing it on
Rub
right
all that
there.
all over your, yes, that's cool that you're doing that. And does it feel different? It's
it feels
amazing,
like silk,
right?
Yeah, it feels like silk. Or velvet. Oh, some good descriptions
now
here.
Look at the difference in your hands, though. Can you tell a difference? Like, put them together. Can you show us in the camera? It smooths out the skin, so that's your sunscreen. That is your, you know, it gives you, it locks in your moisture. It gives you a little tint. It's so simple.
All right. Another thing that's simple is that we sometimes in the summertime want to simplify our makeup.
Right.
And in doing that, we don't, focus on so many things. You can just focus on the things that make a big impact. You are the eyebrow queen. Okay.
I'm the freak.
Yeah. The eyebrow freak. We have our audience volunteer here, and so what you did is kind of shaped up one of her eyebrows because it does frame the eye and make a big difference.
It really does, and most of the women will say, well, I have sparse brows, or I don't have a tail, or you can't help me, and or I go and I'm at the mercy of somebody and they'll mess me up. If you look at her, this is her before and this is her after. So she has a great brow. Yeah, look into the camera and see. She has a full brow already, and we certainly don't want to make her thinner, but the most important thing is you want twins, not sisters. So, the only way that you can get twins is you've got to mark your shape. You have to have a vision of what you're going to do before you ever remove the hair. And I marked her places with the measurement. And in fact, if you go on my website, I've got a lot of great tutorials because I'm really big into teaching women how to eliminate their frustrations with goof-proof, things that will help you do it. But as I'm doing here is I'm making her a brow map, basically. And then when you don't have hair, now she does have hair, but let's say if she was really sparse, and most of us are right in this area, I'm putting a product called Add-A-Brow. It's almost like hair in a can. And it fills in those sparse areas, and you don't look like Mommy Dearest. It doesn't look
and
really.
It feels like hair in a can. It's almost like little fibers.
It is. It's fibers with cream. It's a cream with fibers. But now, what I'm going to do next, in fact, she needs a little bit of trimming. And how many times do you see, shears that are designed that are rounded, and then they cut you a sparse area? These are designed to where they really cut on the plane so you don't mess up. And then this is called the planer.
Yeah.
This is.
And Christy, I'm going to back up for a second because you would rather plane than pluck. And
absolutely.
A lot of us pluck.
Absolutely, because when you tweeze or wax or thread, you're pulling your hair out by the root, and it will never come back. It may come back. It may take one time or 50, but sooner or later it won't come back. And many young women are walking around with no brows.
Yeah. And why is it that when you pluck the hairs on your chin, they come back every time?
Because you can credit that to your hormones.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? All you have to do is make sure no one's watching and go like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can use this all over your face. You don't have to wax. Watch this. You would never be able to get this precise line with tweezing. Look at that.
Your planing tool, what's so cool about that is that it's not like even using a straight edge razor, which I know some people have done that before. This is a lot more forgiving, but it gets the hairs.
I worked on this 3 years, and you can literally, can't you feel and hear it before you ever remove it. So it's not like a razor to where you think, oh, there goes my brow.
Yeah, you end up cutting yourself
look how simple that is.
And you lifted up that arch.
And it was so quick, and you don't have to pay to have it done. You're not at the risk of, the mercy of somebody that will mess you up for life.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this too, Christy, is that like many of us, genetics, the whole bit, she has somewhat of a hooded, eyelid there. And so by lifting the eyebrow, you lifted all of that.
You can totally, when you do your makeup accordingly to, I call pretty makeup. I like to do pretty makeup to highlight and contour the face. It is amazing. Women just don't know what they don't know that can make them more beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really true. There's no such thing as an unattractive woman or child, just someone who hasn't been trained. And I think that's why women are so frustrated.
All right. Christy, our eyebrow volunteer, Jennifer, is getting a free makeup lesson at the Christy Harris Beauty Playground. That's located in Highland Village. And for those of you in TV land, you can get in on the deal too. Post your summer beauty tip and you could also win a free makeup lesson. And who knows, we might invite you onto Great Day to share it with our viewers. Find us on Facebook, search Great Day Houston, and to schedule your brow planning or to find out more about the services Christy offers, log on to ChristyHarris.com, or you can also call her at 713-877-1645, 713-877-1645. All right, and then we also have, how many of you would like to maybe get yourself a little makeup lesson too? Well, April Loney, April, if your name is April, this makeup lesson is for you. All right. Coming up from... If makeup foundation is supposed to look like your second skin, then it needs to match, right? Well, that's easier said than done, and what makes it even more tricky is when your skin color changes because you now have a tan, for example. We're here to tell us how to get a perfect match. Please welcome Christy Harris from Christy Harris Beauty Playground. Also with us is Marilyn Burkett, who needs some help in dealing with her tan. Hello, Christy. All right, so I'm just going to start off by asking the audience, how many of you ladies know exactly what your color is when you go to buy foundation? Okay, ma'am?
Well, my compact says creamy ivory.
So I guess you're creamy ivory, right? They have all these really kind of interesting names, you know, ivory bisque, creamy ivory, tawny beige, tawny tan, all that stuff. But we're left guessing sometimes, and we forget if we bought one color that matched in the winter, it may not match now.
Exactly. That is probably, I think, one of the ladies' most, biggest frustration because, like, for instance, with Marilyn, she has a tan, and she said earlier that she'll probably get darker this summer. So what would she do? Go buy a darker foundation? And if you have rose tones in your skin, are you going to get a rose color here or a pink tone and then it not be pink up here and you have pink? I mean, so what we strongly suggest you do is, first of all, your foundation should have a physical block. So always look at titanium dioxide because that is going to be a great physical block. But we put face erase on her, and this evens out the skin tone, so it's just for everyone.
So you say face erase, does that go on before your foundation?
It goes on before. You can use it as a sort of like a, an eraser for certain areas or all over. But then the key, for instance, you cannot get a perfect match with one bottle of foundation. Can you? You've never been able to.
Yeah.
And so you put the face erase on, and then you come back with a liquid tint.
Now,
so
here's what's cool about this. You're right. When you first put that on, you're thinking, well, that doesn't match at all. But Christy, explain the formula that you've come up with. That means you don't have to be perfect on your matches.
This is oil-free, so you go over the face erase and you blend it to match your color level. So you never have to change. This works 365 days out of the year.
On every skin color?
On every skin color, right. So if you're darker, you put more. If you're lighter, I use this color, this exact, right on me. So I could use this on you, I could use this on you, I could use this on anyone, and it just takes you to the level. So you're in control of what color level you're going to be. If you want to do self-tan, you can do that weekend, and then you match it with a little more liquid tint. So you start with face erase to even out your skin tone so it corrects any pink, yellow, whatever. It covers everything too, girls.
We love that.
Locks in your moisture and is a physical sunblock. So a lot of times, sunscreens will also kind of irritate you a little bit. And another little trick is if you sometimes we cannot see this underneath, you might have a little line. So just take your moisture lotion and blend into the neck area here, just like that.
So it makes the transition a lot less noticeable.
Right, and that way you don't have your makeup down here. Now look how even out. Let's see, this is the side we did. Look how smooth, and here's the difference.
Yeah.
All right. So it doesn't have to be heavy, but it matches. And there's no way you'd be able to get that just in one.
Right.
You have a drawer full of makeup already, right?
And Marilyn, what were you like? Yeah, you have a drawer full of makeup. So your battle was, because you look like somebody who probably your skin color changes several times through the year.
Oh yeah, it does. And I never tan my face, so.